Welcome to the show, Fireside Chats. We've been gone for about a week, and honestly, I'm probably going to be gone for the rest of the week. So, this is your probably one and only episode of this week. My name is John Crump. I am an investigative journalist concentrating on the 2A space. I keep the ATF in check. And we are sponsored by Tusk. Tusk is the only gun friendly centric cryptocurrency on the market.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind, with 3-second processing times. It's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards. It's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
And our secondary sponsor is Black Swan Tactical, which is my website. If you check out this shirt, this is from Gorillas and Guns. Scott Ayers' YouTube channel. Go over to Gorillas and Guns. You can watch his YouTube channel, or then you can go buy one of his shirts exclusively on Black Swan Tactical.
Black Swan Tactical, your number one source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
And one more thing, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/John Crump, and super chats are open. With that said, let's bring on the man of the hour, the one, the only, the biggest name in 2A, Tony, the cigar smoking Simon. What is up, my friend?
Hey, Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you and everybody that's watching and listening.
Yeah, it's the first time I've had you on the show since it's been a new year. How are you doing, Tony?
Man, having fun in 2021 yet?
It's been a shit show.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm scheduling 2021 events. So for 2A4E, right now, indoor range events for the Second Inch for Everyone diversity shoot in New Jersey are pretty much put on hold because the governor here is still playing around with capacity limitations on indoor ranges. It's limited to 25%. So we're stuck. But luckily, Pennsylvania, wide open. So the Heritage Guild has entered into an agreement for us to be there in 2021. And I am in the middle of putting together a diversity shoot in Omaha, Nebraska in the summer of 2021.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Nebraska.
So
you get to go eat some corn.
Go eat some steaks.
Steaks. I like steak. Oh, by the way, how'd you like the commercials
What commercials?
that I ran?
Oh, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought you were about to slide into some Super Bowl commercial things because I didn't watch it. Well done, man.
No. Yeah, I made them myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They look good, man.
Yeah, I'll make you a commercial for diversity shoot if you want.
Works for me.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yep. Very professionally done. I didn't even know it was you. Was that you doing the voice work too?
No. A friend of mine does record.
All right, because I was like, that was pretty good because that definitely didn't sound like you.
No. I have a friend of mine. He did like a voice commercial. Then I mix it.
Skill sets.
Yeah. It's one of the things I like to do. Okay, so diversity shoot. How is that going?
Right now, what I'm going to do this month is working on revamping our Diversity Shoot website. I want to start writing more for our Diversity Shoot website. And I also want to be want it to be easier for anyone can go on diversityshoot.com, see the newest legislation coming down anywhere in the country, and allow you to at least click on it or write. My whole thing in 2021, because 2020 left us shut in, but it allowed people to get out online using social media, using your computer, using your phone. I want people to start using 2021 and the technology to be an activist without having to even put your pants on. You know what I mean? It's like
I'll talk to you about something offline that I'm working on.
I think it's important, man. I think it's important that we have this technology. We need to use it to our advantage because the other side is definitely using it to theirs.
Yeah, I saw a Twitter post that you riled some people up.
Really? Which one?
Well, that's true. The one about being called a.
You
don't even know. All I had to say.
What?
John Petrolino. One thing, John Petrolino wrote a great article over at Jan4 Tactical, which I'm doing some freelance editing over there for that site. You should all go check it out. It's about unloaded firearms and stuff like that. So pretty cool.
Multicultural white supremacy. That's the newest thing. And I'm like, as long as I've been working on the Second Amendment, working to grow people's rights of all colors, all races, all religions, I've been called more versions of a white supremacist than ever before. And it's really ticking me off because I'm getting none of the benefits of this whole white thing. Like my credit score didn't go up. Cops don't pull me over less. Like I don't get white sales at Macy's. Like none of the cool stuff white supremacists, I'm assuming, get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got an AARP card that came in the mail. That was upsetting. But
yeah, really,
bro.
By the way, Clover Tack says he is grateful for Planet Lovetron for sending you here.
I'm an emissary from Planet Lovetron.
And John Petrolino just missed it. Yes, PA is still a go. He just talked about it.
Yeah, PA is still a go. They're great. I'm going to work on New York. I think 2021 is going to be the year I thought 2020 was going to be. 2020 started off great, and it went in the sewer really quick as far as my plans for getting the diversity shoot in other states. I mean, I got one, which is awesome. They came through after New Jersey fell off, but I planned on at least being in 3 last year, so I'm working on it this year. What else? Oh,
yeah.
Current stuff that we could all, participate in is following you and the work you do. And when you say, hey, there's more anti-gun stuff going on, it's time to start writing. Like right now with New York with the body armor thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I read a lot. Well, I'm mostly a writer. I have another channel, John Crump News. That's where I'm going to be doing all my pre-recorded videos. I'm separating out the live and the non-live. So just throwing that out there. Just let everyone know. Yeah.
You're separating them. I'm trying to bring mine together in one spot.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing some data analytics on the YouTube algorithm.
Gotcha.
And the algorithm does not like the things mixed together.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. That's why I come on and talk to you. You're smart, not stupid. You're smart.
Well, I do a lot of math.
Oh, I don't do math. That's against my religion.
Apparently, it's against a lot of people's religion.
Healthy life choices is also like a verboten.
Yeah. I want to drift now, but I'll drift now. Clover Tack. No, I will not be at the Poma event in March. I have some family stuff going on.
Well, right now I'll be at the Train and Learn event Kevin Dixie's hosting in St. Louis. I'll be there. I'm actually going to be doing a 45-minute presentation on advocacy.
Yeah, so. Well, if you see a guy there named Devin Perkins, just go kick him in the nuts for me.
Saw Dev there in 2019. That's where I met him.
He's my little protege. I brought them
Nice.
into this 2A world. I'll bring them back out.
Yeah, it's good to have friends, man. I mean, it's funny because I forgot how many of us went to that first 2019 event, but the networking was cool, and we've all been. Many of us have still been talking, conversing, collaborating. So it's really a good thing. I think you guys need to check it out. Um, was it No Other Choice Firearms Training?
Yeah.
There's probably a link there that you could find their Train to Learn event. It's really worth going to. It was a packed weekend full of information. They had classes, they had range time, they had new products. Products. It was like just a lot of information, man, and it was worth going to.
Yeah.
Makes me proud of, and the diversity was amazing because I just thought of that. It's like, dude, we're everywhere and we're everything, and we keep getting put in this box, and sometimes we jump ourselves and we jump in those boxes ourselves, and we need to cut it out. The Second Amendment is diverse. The people that own firearms, diverse, and they keep trying to play us off as middle-aged white men. Even the insults, you know what I mean, they're the same. Let's just stop. Look, 2021, and I'm saying it only because it's the beginning of the year and people trying to get their heads straight. Advocacy is the thing we need to be pushing.
Yeah. Yeah. A funny story about Devin. Devin, I met Devin a few years ago, and he showed up at a group meeting that I was having with some other people about some other stuff, and I asked him, I was like, what do you want to do? He's like, I want to get more involved, maybe do a podcast or something. I said, all right, well, let's just do it. So I helped him get his podcast together, then I got introduced him to a bunch of people, and now he's out there everywhere. So I mean, as long as you're willing to put in the work, man, you can do it.
And that's how I look at this, man. I can't do everything. You can't do everything. But if we can help people out, spread awareness, and they can take off, if we can give them a boost, a ground, a start, anything, it's up to them. My job isn't to be the next great civil rights leader, but if I can get a bunch of people to actually be active, you can only do what you can. You can't do what someone else can do. You can do what you can. Be the best you can be. Hey, I sound like one of those gun bunnies, man, on my Instagram.
Yeah, those gun buddies are funny.
As the largest one in America. People were like, who gave you that? I'm like, who do you think gave me that? Me. I'm the largest gun bunny in America.
You should get a pair of bunny ears.
A little too far, dude. Come on, man. There's always somebody like you going too far.
No, you got to wear like the American gun check gun bunny outfit.
Brickell, she sent me her album, man. I laughed my butt off at that thing. Yeah. It's a pretty extensive piece of satire. She put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, you should get an outfit like she wore on the cover.
I'm already in a bubble bath, dude. That's my most favorite picture.
My wife was cleaning up some stuff, and she was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was like, it's like that's not what you think."
Yeah, you got to Google this. Really, you need to listen to it.
Yeah, I was like, "It's not what you think."
I'm innocent, I swear.
Yeah.
I don't even like girls like that. No.
So I know you didn't watch the Super Bowl last night, but there was a great thing that happened last night during the Super Bowl.
Reddit?
No.
Oh.
No, the Super Bowl streaker guy.
What?
The Super Bowl streaker guy.
Streaker used to mean dudes running across the field, usually naked.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. I mean, he probably should have been. I mean, it was close. He was wearing a ridiculous freaking outfit. Let me Let me go ahead and I'll bring this up here. Da-da-da. I guess you have let's see. Maybe I don't know. Hold on. Share.
Well, I was busy shoveling yesterday for part of the day and also writing the Diversity Shoot the Second is for Everyone podcast, which will be coming out later on the day.
Oh, that's cool. Here it is.
Wow. Wow. Man, somebody got some air on him. What the? Why is his pants off?
Yeah, he was trying to take them off.
Oh. All right, we sure he's the he? I mean, do we know how he identifies?
Yeah, he's a dude that used to be a big YouTube prankster guy.
Is that a Iraqi veteran?
No, no.
I'm just joking.
Definitely not a Iraqi veteran.
FBF Russia?
Dude. FBF Russia is hilarious now. I don't know if you ever listened to Painkiller Already podcast.
I don't even know the words you just said.
Painkiller Already podcast. He does a podcast with a few other guys.
Oh, okay.
Not as his Russian character, but as his real self.
Yeah, because I want to hear Sacha Baron Cohen talk like Sacha Baron Cohen and not Borat. No, I want to hear Borat. Yes, please. Yes.
No, he's hilarious, man. The whole podcast is hilarious.
That's cool.
If you haven't checked it out, you should.
Yeah, he disappeared like Dave Chappelle into Africa. I didn't know where the dude went.
Well, he went to prison.
I'll let her do it.
Yeah, and he has some prison stories.
Yeah, I got prison stories too, but you know.
Yeah, you're a little bit different.
Yeah, I can leave when I wanna.
Yeah, yeah. When it's time to clock out, you go home. You don't go to lockdown.
No, get upset when they try. Funniest thing is when they do a count every hour. They do a count. So, and if the numbers are off, they stop everybody where they are and they do a recount. Numbers are off again. You get into the point where they might think there's an escape. You're not leaving. I don't care who you are. They will not allow you off the property. I had that happen one day as I was walking out. They called it. I was like, oh, my fat butt was moving, man. I was like, not today. It reminds me of that little chubby kid, the meme of the chubby kid running, looking over his shoulder. That was me trying to get out of there.
You're like, I got shit to do.
Dude, I don't care what I got to do is better than just sitting here waiting for people to count. And what happened? Guard got lazy and decided to, oh, yeah, I remember 78 people were here. No, it was 77. One guy was out in the hospital and they were wondering where this extra human being came from. And it was like, brah, did you get out and count your unit? Yes, I did. It's impossible that you got out and counted your unit. Either there's a person there that's not supposed to be there. Ends up the person that was in the hospital that he didn't have on his count but had marked there was someone that had escaped from other prisons.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, bro, if dude would have gotten out of that room, no one would have looked for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you counted extra people, so someone must have broken into prison.
Yeah, someone must have broken into prison because you're only supposed to have 77, not 78.
That or someone had a baby.
I hope not. It's a men's prison. That would have made the paper.
Well, you know what?
Never know.
I'm not gonna go any further.
Let's leave it alone. All of a sudden, podcast gets dropped.
Yep.
So yeah, one thing I noticed is what's that freshman congresswoman's name? Boebert.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yeah, man, I'm looking and she got her CCW in DC.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty cool. When's she gonna work on helping the rest of us out? Wasn't that
She
her
is.
campaign promise? Uh huh.
No, she is. She really is. I know she gets a bunch of crap, but she definitely is.
Well, I follow her on Twitter, and she's posting about how she has an immigration thing she's working on, and she was having people look in the GameStop, and I'm like, hey, you ran on one thing. You're not doing that one thing.
Yeah, no, she is. I don't know what she's not posting about, but she definitely is. She's trying at least.
Well, my issue is this: if Sheila Jackson Lee can write that clown thing that she wrote, HR 127.
Why don't you just say it's ban of all guns?
I like the way she wrote it. But yeah, all she does is I forgot what term they use, but she writes a bill so bad that anything they put out looks sane compared to the gobbledygook she wrote.
That's the whole purpose.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but I still find it entertaining. $800.
She dresses up like a freaking, like someone would dress up as a cowboy on Halloween.
Listen, you leave I Love Lucy alone, because that's what it looks like to me when I Love Lucy would try to dress up as something, and it's just so over the top rhinestone hat matching her jacket and her boots and tassels. Very entertaining, but sadly, the person that wants firearms on us to have a mental health check dresses like she's one flew over the cuckoo's nest, and the things she says with her heavy AR-15 that's as heavy as 10 boxes that you would carry. I'm like, how is that a description of anything?
Yeah, when I first saw her, when I first came aware of her, I was like, okay, this is somebody parodying. This is a parody of someone in Congress. Then they're like, no, that's actually her. I'm like, yeah, what the hell?
You were looking for the scroll for the onion to go across the bottom of the screen.
Who the hell elects her, man?
Her, Maxine Waters, whatever that other guy is that thinks Guam is going to sink.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Yeah, but my concern is, yeah, can you imagine being that general sitting there thinking, I have to really answer this dumbass? He's like, we're pretty sure that's not going to happen.
I think it was the admiral. Admiral's like, I'm definitely getting drunk in the car on the way back to the office. I'm definitely getting drunk in the car. Yeah, that guy. And those are your representatives.
Yeah, welcome to, I don't know, dystopia. I feel like we're gonna see what's his name? Macho
Camacho? What was his name?
Camacho, yeah.
President.
Macho Camacho.
Hey, we came close. We did have a reality show star as a president.
Yeah.
We're just inching there. That thing's becoming a documentary.
Yeah. Macho Camacho.
But sadly, it's because we, as the American people, we the people who have accepted this, because we have this horrible hands-off attitude towards politics. And it's our fault. Well, politics suck. I don't even want to be involved. I'm a gun guy. I'm only involved in 2A politics because they tried to jack all of our rights here in New Jersey post Sandy Hook. And it ticked me off enough to actually get involved in advocacy. And I think a lot of us, regardless of your political party, needs to get involved. If you believe in the human right of self-defense, you're going to have to fight for it now. Sadly, a lot of us, gun guys, identify as Republicans, and we try to be gatekeepers and keep anyone who isn't of the same beliefs as us. And I'm not talking about just Second Amendment, but other political beliefs and ideologies. And I'm like, look, we need to leave that alone.
No, I think that's where like NRA TV went wrong.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They started going into like non-gun stuff.
I had to ease off being an NRA recruiter because I couldn't agree with it. I'm like, I'm trying to bring people in with a diversity of ideas, and the only belief we should have in common is the right to self-defense. And you guys are messing it up that I have to waste my time explaining what NRA TV said. I'm like, no, I don't need to be doing that. I have a diverse audience of people that believe in different things, but they really believe in their Second Amendment rights, and they come out to New Jersey and they march for their rights and they testify. And you're trying to be a gatekeeper, which no, we don't need that.
Well, I had someone email me and wanted to know GOA stance on what is it on like immigration or something like that. I'm like, we're gun owners of America.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people ask me GOA stance on all sorts of like kind of like gay rights issues.
I believe every gay person should be able to buy a firearm.
Yeah, but it's like, what is GOA stance on gay marriage? I'm like, oh, our stance is we don't have one.
Yeah, and truly, I find it funny because a friend of mine pointed this out. He said people talking about gay marriage and what's their stance on it. It's like, the government shouldn't have anything to do with marriage, period.
Well, I said that to the leader of Nova Pride, which is a local gay group. He asked me what's the stance of gay marriage. I'm like, honestly, I don't believe the government should have anything to do with gay marriage. So then he got mad and removed me.
Yeah, of course. You didn't parrot what they wanted. It's no one's business.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care what you do. I don't think the government should care what you do.
Yeah, me buying a license for the government for me to be married to my wife, then if my wife and I get divorced, they need to come help me move and pack up my stuff. That should be a down payment to a moving truck that the government comes.
Yeah.
Just in case we don't work out, help me get this stuff out. Guns first.
Yeah, exactly. We are. Do we actually own anything in this country? If you think about it, what happens if you don't pay your taxes on your land? Let's say you pay off your house, you don't pay your taxes. They're going to take your house. So, did you ever really own your house if the government has the ability just to come in and take it because you're not paying them their pound of flesh every year?
But here's the thing: you can pay it all you want, pay it every time, pay it ahead of time. They can still do that whole manifest destiny or whatever the new word is. That
not manifest. The manifest destiny is saying that the United States should be from.
Yeah.
You're thinking of eminent domain.
Eminent domain, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just broke down to your neighborhood. Eminent domain. Yeah, we're gonna take your house because it's the greater good.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous.
Here's $1.
Yeah. Look at this. Okay. So this guy had an offer on his land where they wanted to build townhouses on, right? This is in my local town. $4.5 million. So he was going to sell it to him. The county comes in and goes, no, we want to build a school on that. He's like, all right, give me the $4.5 million. I'll sell it to you for the same price.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we only think that's worth $1.5 million. Which sounds like a lot of money, but the other people offer him 4.5. He's like, what the hell? He's like, they're offering me 4.5. How can you say it's only worth 1.5 million?
we think it's only worth 1.5. Yeah, okay. I'll do that at the car dealership. See how that works.
Yeah, so at the end, they ended up taking his land for 1.5 million. And then they decided not to build a school on it and sold it to another developer for 4.5.
Yeah. That's when you take up welding and rent a bulldozer. That's when you take up welding and rent a bulldozer.
So they sold it for $4 million to a competing developer, and I'm like, that doesn't strike anyone as really weird. That there was a bidding war between two developers, and the developer that lost got it for the price originally by the county coming in and taking it.
And that's that acceptance that I'm talking about. The people should have been up in arms.
I was up in arms.
Yeah. And what has effectively happened is They have divided the country up. People are Democrat or Republican, and if you're an independent, of course, everyone looks at you like you're doing something wrong. You have to be on one team or the other.
Tribalism.
Definitely tribalism, and they're benefiting from it. And it's like you don't understand. We the people should be the strength. They've divided us, and they're working us like puppets, and people continually falling for it. On one hand, if I'm talking to other Republicans and I'm like, man, we have some dirty people in this party, they go, yeah, you're right. We really need to change things. Yeah, we really should. They can agree in a private conversation. But if you say anything outside of that, well, and they start talking about the other side is worse, the what is it? Lesser of two evils. I'm like, that's a horrible thing. How about getting rid of them all? How about making them all nervous about keeping their jobs? Putting in work. That's what we have to do. I've told this story here before. In Trenton, New Jersey, I went for my working with the polls. You get training every other year. And while I was in Trenton, I was in City Hall. 250,000 people, or 225,000 people, I'm sorry, live in Trenton. They have less than 50 seats in the City Hall for the city council meetings. And the ones in the back have like spider webs and dust on the seats. So they never have a 50-person capacity when they have 250,000 people living in the city.
Wow. Not to change subjects, but I wanted to get your opinion on something. During the Capitol riots, that cop that was killed, that died, I should say. I shouldn't say killed anymore. I should say died. The original reports for like the last month was that he was beat with a fire extinguisher.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're saying that no, he actually died of a blood clot.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that. Then there was no physical trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And he died later on that day after the riots.
Makes no difference. They've repeated a lie often enough that it's become its own fact.
Yeah, but he actually didn't die there. He actually went home and died later of a blood clot. I'm not saying the riots were good or anything, but
it served its purpose.
How does that get so mixed up?
Like Kyle Rittenhouse is a rapist. Not rapist, racist that showed up to kill black people at the BLM rally. I'm like, he's horrible at it. He only shot white people. How'd that work out?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that height of a boar thing messed him up. It's called just lies, man. It's called lies and propaganda, and it's a complicit media.
Yeah,
that has become a fact now.
But I mean, where did he got beat up by a fire extinguisher and came from? And apparently his family was the ones who were saying, no, that's not what happened.
Well, here's the thing. If he would have died during the summer, it probably would have been a COVID death. There's politics involved here, dude. And it's horrible. And everyone's accepting of it because it's their team.
Yeah.
If you're against it, you're a conservative Trump supporter. I'm like, no. I'm more concerned that the news blatantly lied to you with zero information.
Yeah.
And you've accepted it, and it's become fact.
And CNN just ran like a little thing at the correction. He died of a blood clot. And the original month-old story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe they should dedicate as much time to his death now as they did then.
They're not going to do that.
Of course not. One, I think all airlines are really happy, and I think the number of airline tickets went up because last week they pulled CNN News out of airports. Because I'd rather stare at a window and watch engines swallow birds than watch CNN News.
Well, I don't even care if you're biased, but at least admit that you're biased. Don't try to be like, oh, we're hard news.
How's this? Don't admit you're hard news and just say you're entertainment.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
man.
just your entertainment. You're not a news show. You're Saturday Night Live's what SNL news? That's what you are.
Yeah. Freaking fix.
What are you rearranging your furniture?
No, I have freaking OCD.
All right. Oh. Yeah, I don't suffer from that. Ooh, what is that in the back? What kind of revolver is that?
Both. I won't touch them, but they're both Navy.
Colts?
Colton. Yeah, Colt Navies.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have a Remington, New Army. I really enjoy that. It
They're
was
not
one of the.
real.
Yeah, no, I have a real one.
These
I
aren't
mean,
real.
excuse me, clone.
I got these from Amazon for like a long time ago for like $16 a piece.
Oh, really? They look
Yeah,
really cool, man.
yeah, they look really real. They actually the triggers work, the hammers work, the cylinders spin.
Oh, well, heck, I might have that'll be a man cave thing once we get our own place. I live right now. What is it? My nephew lives here with his girlfriend, my wife, and I. It's a family house, and we're all planning on going our separate ways and leaving this abode, mainly because I want to get out of Jersey. I
Yeah,
really do.
this is
I
real. Where do you want to go?
I want to go where freedom rings. I
Once
just
you find that, let me know because it's getting harder and harder.
it is getting more and more difficult. No, because of where I work in Trenton, New Jersey, so I'm trying to get in PA, and a 45-minute drive doesn't bother me as long as I can have some property, probably build my own private range that allows me to at least host some classes there if I have to, or be close to a range that allows me to host classes. I think right now, diversity shooting what I do. This year, I'm working really hard on getting information out to people. That's one of the reasons I'm working with U.S. Law Shield, is because I think with as many new gun owners as we have, it's important that people learn self-defense laws and the use of deadly force laws here, and that's one of the classes they host. So I'm trying to put a lot of those classes on, even if you don't purchase, any of the self-defense insurance, as they call it. I don't care as long as you get that education. Yes, and if you buy it, I have some percentage or something I get, but man, I just want people to learn, not to have my the guy at the gun shop said if I shoot him, drag him in the house. No, no, learn self-defense law. Don't turn a self-defense shooting to a murder trial for yourself. Also, health, first aid classes. I really want to have more of those this year because again, it's something we need to get out there as firearms owners. We need to be more responsible and show that responsibility.
Yeah.
And and I think that helps.
Chris Schumink says he wants a question for everyone. If they come to take your neighbor's firearms, what will you do?
If they come to take my neighbor's firearm, that's up
That's
to
a
my
good.
neighbor.
That's a good question. I don't know.
No,
I probably
not really. No, that's up to my neighbor how he defends himself, what she does. Now, do they have the house around it and they firing rounds through it? I mean, like it'll take a lot for me to get involved in this. Is this red flag laws? Because then I'm next. No, my neighbor has to do his own defense. Maybe if he was part of U.S. Law Shield, he could get a lawyer and get his stuff back. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Right now, right now, it's up to us to work so the crazy laws that allow them to come and take my neighbor's guns get squashed. And we have to work on all of that. It's not the time for, at least for me, to vote from the rooftops and get involved in between some clash between my neighbor and the police. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Not now. Now's not the time. We ain't there yet.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not there yet. We're creeping ever closer.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why I'm trying to motivate people to fight it. If
Yeah.
you're ready, if my whole thing is this, if you're ready to climb up on the rooftop and fight for your right, but you only vote in a presidential election every 4 years, you have your priorities mixed up.
I vote in every single. I vote for like anything I can vote for.
Voting is fine, but understand your vote counts as much as the guy down the street that goes in and just votes party line regardless of the issue. Advocacy is where you're going to have to put in the work. Getting
Uh, uh,
people behind the cause is where you put in the work. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking in general.
well,
Voting's only part of it.
I do want to correct you there. If the guy down the street happens
Mhm.
to work for the DNC, he might have about like a trunk full of votes.
Didn't know how many people died in your town. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the most annoying thing after I die. Is I'm gonna all of a sudden be a
Turn
lifetime Democrat. I'm just gonna be angry. I mean, my family would be proud, but me, man, I'm gonna be ticked. But yeah, man, advocacy is the secret sauce, man. That's how we're gonna make a difference, recruiting people. And it's the long division that most people don't want to do. Yeah, you want satisfaction as a firearms owner to go, hey, this is common sense. This is the real common sense. The government will never be there to protect you. There will always be violent crime. The government has never figured out how to stop violent crime, but I can defend myself. That's common sense, but no one wants to use it because they've politicized the Second Amendment. That's one of the reasons I feel we need to have people from every political party that are gun owners going, yeah, you're not holding my vote hostage anymore. Going to start voting in primaries. We have to start running, regardless of your political affiliation. Running in those places where Democrats or the Democrat that's elected, or even the Republican that's elected, is anti-gun, or I believe in the Second Amendment, but we need to get rid of those people. And just, I believe in the Second Amendment, and the human right of self-defense needs to be the answer and the only answer we accept from any elected official.
Yeah, someone once asked me if I believe that we need a revolution. My answer is no. What we need is a restoration of our rights.
We need to be back to where the forefathers were. And I'm not talking about the founders of the country. I'm talking about those people that read at a third grade reading level and were farmers, but they'd come out and passionately discuss politics and be part of the political process. We've allowed that to go away with other distractions. We've allowed that to not be important. I mean, come on, man. We have C-SPAN with cameras in Congress, and we won't look at it. We won't
Well,
keep an eye on the people that are slicing your money up before you ever see it.
well, the thing is, when it comes to like political stuff, I watch C-SPAN. That's where I get all my political stuff from, and it's because it's actual. They're showing you what's happening, and they're not doing the commentary and the spin. It's
Yeah,
just like the raw speed, and I think that's what we need. But a lot
I,
of people are like, "Oh, C-SPAN's not entertaining enough." It's like it's not supposed to be entertaining, you idiot.
it's your seat at the table, and you're choosing to ignore it.
Yeah,
And I
because
have
it's
to
not
admit,
entertaining.
I do too, because C-SPAN, sorry, but Weather Channel is way more entertaining than C-SPAN. And C-SPAN 2 is even more exciting than C-SPAN. I've watched that, and my wife comes in and looks at me and go, "What kind of mistake did I make when I married you? What are you watching?" And
Yeah,
it just go ahead.
my wife decided that she made a mistake marrying me when one night I was up and I couldn't sleep, and I had a lot of stuff on my mind. I was thinking, and she looked at me and she was like, "John, why aren't you sleeping?" I said, I just can't sleep. I got too much stuff on my mind." And she was like, "What do you have on your mind?" I was like, "Well, I was thinking about a unified field theory, and membrane theory, and the weakness of gravity compared to the other forces." And she goes, "Good night."
You put her right to sleep.
No,
So
and she turned her over, and I said, "But you said that you," because she told me, she's like, you could tell me anything." I said, "But you told me I could talk to you about anything." She's like, "Yeah, not that."
yeah, we often find the limits to our relationship when they see the real inner geek. They're like, "Oh my God, I married this."
And
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
just thought I made horrible jokes. No, I'm really into some boring stuff.
"Yeah, yeah." My wife is not a geek.
When you can sit there and off the top of your head know foot pounds of energy of certain rounds
Yeah.
or the chamber pressures, the PSI, like off the top of your head, yeah, that's it's not that's not a chick magnet.
Yeah. When I was back in college, if, it's not a gun story, but it's still funny. There's something called IRC, Internet Relay Chat, which was like a text-based chat in the early days of the internet. And one of my fraternity brothers brought his big brother, who was the like, it's like the huge geek, right? And he wanted to talk to this girl. He's like, man, I want to go talk to her. And we're like, just go talk to her, man. One of our fraternity brothers. It was my fraternity brother's brother. And he was like, I don't know what to say. Here, just go and bring up something that, talk to her about something that you're interested in and see if she's interested in it too. And just go from there. Faye walks up to her and goes, do you like IRC? She looked at him like, what the hell's IRC? Internet relay chat. She's like, no. That was it.
Nice.
But we're like, dude, why'd you do that? And he's like, but you guys told me to talk to her about something I'm interested in. It's like, no, not that.
Oh, dude. How you like Dungeons and Dragons?
Basically, it was like worse than that, man. It was just like,
oh, dude, that's funny. Yeah, it's funny though. When I get with gun guys, the geekery, the level of it's just funny. Like a friend of mine, Alan has a Mauser C96 Red 9.
okay,
exactly. Like your ears perked up. Like, oh, okay, dude,
I'm down.
I walk in. He comes to diversity shoot. He brings that.
Ooh.
To the diversity shoot.
You don't really see I wouldn't think anybody would be bringing a Mauser to a diversity shoot.
I walked in. Of course, I have to run the event. And this is when we were at Gunfire Range in Woodland Park. And this is prior to me selling tickets.
Oh, so Anthony's Range.
Anthony's Range. The tip of the 2A Spirit, New Jersey. Well, this is prior to me limiting the number of people that come in. So I have like 60, 70 people at this diversity shoot in a room built for 35. We have half the people on the range, so I got to keep it going. I'm conversing with people. I'm doing everything to keep the range flowing. And I walk up and I see Alan has this Red 9, and I'm like, I still want to stop the diversity shoot and send everybody home right now just so I can shoot this gun, dude. I've not seen one in real life, and here's Alan going, hey, want to shoot this? I'm like, I got work to do, bro. Well, people come to the diversity shoot with some of the coolest stuff, but that was one of my inner geek, oh my goodness, cool guns.
I'm gonna show up at one of your diversity shoots. So I'm gonna bring one of those. What is it? The U.S. firearms zip gun things. The worst gun ever designed.
Yeah,
I guess it's my self-defense gun.
That hot garbage, like a 1-inch barrel.
I wish I had one. I want
and a Ruger 22 bolt.
Dude, did you freaking charge it? You had to put your finger in front of the front of the barrel. Who designs that shit?
That's a huge no. That's engineers that tell you how to build something, compact and don't shoot guns. At my last diversity shoot, which was really cool, we had a guy show up with an AUG.
Oh.
I'd never fired one. And I got to run it, and he said, I got it today. He said, I haven't even put any rounds through it. Here you go.
Oh, I want one so bad.
I want one now. I've decided that, I like some bullpup designs because I have the High Point 995.
With the bullpup.
And the high tower, the bullpup configuration.
Yeah.
Look, the blowback High Point carbine is a fun gun to shoot. It's inexpensive. It's much more accurate than you think it is. Little front heavy. And it's still a High Point. It's still the Planet of the Apes kind of gun, even with the redesign. You put it in that bullpup configuration, it turns the fun up to an 11. It changes the balance of the weapon that now it's way more balanced. Looks cool. You can mount flashlights, lasers, whatever, and an optic on top easily.
It looks like a space gun.
I have had new shooters get so excited about that gun because it balances so well. And even though it has a blowback, it's straight back into your shoulder now in the bullpup configuration. And it's a lot more fun and easier to shoot. And I'm talking women 5 feet tall, 4 foot, 4'10", 98, 99 pounds, liking this gun, and they don't like ARs, but they like this because it's fun. It is really worth doing. High Point still has guns available. I actually talked to them last week, and I'm like, bro, putting that together at this time, getting that 9mm 40, 10mm carbine, and putting in that high tower chassis, fun.
I would like to have a 10mm High Point and in that chassis.
Yeah, and it's threaded. They have a threaded barrel, so if you live in a free state, you can have a suppressed 10mm carbine.
Yeah,
that's about less than 3 feet long with the suppressor on it.
Yeah, I'm about to submit paperwork for 3 more suppressors, and I got one I'm going through right now.
I can't even hate you. I'm just envious. I live in Jersey. There is no such thing as a suppressor here, at least not legally for a regular citizen.
Yeah, because they make the firearm that much more deadly.
Bro, they have a thing against bayonets ever since Washington crossed over and chased the Hessians out. They don't like bayonets in Jersey. I can't expect a suppressor to be legal.
I just ordered something really cool.
What'd you
get? It's the backpack with the body armor that you deploy. You pull it over.
Yeah. My partner's actually had those for sale. Blackbagresources.com. He actually brought it and demoed it. It's pretty cool, dude. I mean, all of a sudden, boom, you're shielded.
Yeah, the company that makes it actually accepts Tusk.
Accepts who?
The cryptocurrency. I get paid in a certain form of cryptocurrency from our sponsor. I really believe in it, and they make it. Let me see here. Bulletproof backpacks. All right, I'll bring it up here.
Oh, Chris likes the FNFS 2000. Oh yeah. Well, not a lot of people. I think the problem with FN, I really believe the problem with FN is their machine guns are such an important part of the lineup that they let a lot of cool stuff fall through the cracks.
Yeah, they do. All right, I'm gonna bring this out here so I can show everyone. So this is it. This is from Citizens Armor. So it's like a backpack. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, time to rock and roll. And I like this better than I was gonna get some like this soft body armor, but I could wear this, backpack everywhere and no one will look at me sideways.
Yeah, except you're an adult walking around looking like Dora the Explorer. But other than that, that's cool. Did I tell you about my wife? Tactical Tailor, Gray Ghost Gear, donated some stuff to us, to the diversity shoot. I also purchased some stuff for myself from them, and they sent it all together. Well, when you're reading measurements, you don't really, at least I don't, picture it in my head. So I got this really nice backpack that didn't scream, I'm a gun guy, didn't have any molly on it, none of that. I put it on. And maybe on a regular sized person, it looks like a backpack.
It looked like a little one of those backpack persons.
Yes, my wife was like, "What is that on your back?" I was like, "Well, it's my new bag." She told me, "You look like Dora the Explorer, dude. You need to take that thing off." I was like, "What's the price?" She took my picture. I have a picture of me with it on. I immediately took it off, boxed it up, and that was a giveaway item at the next diversity shoot.
Yeah. M. Gabriel says there's no wrist brace slingshots in New Jersey.
There are no slingshots, New Jersey.
What the hell?
Slingshot fell under the assault weapons ban back in 1991.
Okay, wait, stop. I don't believe that. That's a lie.
Ah, yes, in the legislation,
You can buy slingshots on Amazon.
you cannot legally own a slingshot in New Jersey.
How about the Boy Scouts?
It came through, and it was a misspelling in the assault weapons bill. It was supposed to be slungshot, which is like a weighted sap. That was supposed to be illegal. Well, obviously, the person typing it in never heard of a slungshot, but they heard of a slingshot and obviously thought it was a typo. They never took it out of the bill. Slingshots are 100% against the law in New Jersey.
Locked and Loaded Latinos are out there. Check out their podcast. It's a great podcast.
Yes, it is. I really enjoy their podcast. They come with a fresh set of eyes, and I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, and they're friends of mine. So, I'll throw that out there.
They are the fat sound guy.
All right. Now, see, the fat sound guy obviously lives in Jersey because he knows. Yes, almost everything is treated like a firearm in New Jersey, which means you need a firearms ID card to make the purchase.
New Jersey makes my head hurt.
New Jersey, you should make more than your head hurt. That's also one of the reasons. It's funny because it's like the Joker with Batman. They created me. They created me.
The fat guy sound guy used to be used to be just the sound guy. You live in upstate New York. Welcome to the show, the fat sound guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess if you live in New York, you still look at Jersey going, hey, there's somebody as dumb or dumber than we are with gun laws.
I spent a lot of time in New York.
Last time I was in New York, it was Lake Placid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was in New York like 2 days ago, and I will probably be there in another day or so.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Yeah, I only live like half hour away, but all right, no problem, man. I hope you had fun in the city.
Well, I'm from Long Island.
Oh no, I ain't going there.
You know, Flying Rich.
I actually talked to Flying Rich online. During Locked and Loaded Latinas last podcast before last.
He's up in New York right now. He's from Florida, but he's in New York, so I might meet up with him when I go up again.
Awesome, dude.
He's up there for like a week. I've been going back and forth. I've been up there more in New York than I have been in Virginia in the last like 3 months, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up into Rockland County and host an event. I met the owners of a range there. I went. Dang, it has it's in Rockland and it's in their name, the range name. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I don't think there are too many ranges in Rockland County owned by a female. But her and her husband were really getting into advocacy, and they were definitely wanted to host an event there. But with COVID and the fact that we just couldn't get our schedules together, I really want to go there. I can't bring any handguns there. And truly, I'm at the point now, if we get enough volunteers, I don't have to show up with firearms. I don't plan on taking guns to Omaha later this year when I go during the summer. So I'm going to show up. Pew, pew. What's up?
When I used to teach, the Maryland Certified Handgun course,
mm-hmm.
I'm in Virginia, but they did issue me a concealed handgun permit for Maryland, which is very hard to get. It's expired now, but I have one. And that's so I could bring. I used to have to go teach classes in Maryland, so they issued me that was a good enough reason to have a concealed handgun permit.
I actually got firearms training in. I got training in IOTA training group in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good guys down there. They just actually opened up in their newest location, which is near one of the quarries or something like that.
No idea.
Marriottsville. Is that the name of the town? I think so, if I remember off the top of my head.
I don't know. I'm in the DC area.
No clue.
Probably not.
It's one of those places where, being a Second Amendment advocacy, I drive there and I have no idea where it is until I get there. It's like, okay, this is where I'm at, I guess.
And the final thing I wanted to talk about
Sure.
is last night during the Super Bowl, there was an app called what is it? Klarma? Oh, I can't remember. Damn it! I think it's Klarma. Yeah, Klarma.com. Right? Let me
Uh-huh.
share this. And they partnered with a bunch of stuff, right? And they're showing women's shoes, and I'm into apps, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. I like to see how they work and stuff. So I
Okay.
downloaded the app, and I was, seeing what it was, and this is kind of cool. So Klarma.com, which they have a really feminine logo. It's like a right, but this is
Mm-hmm.
like their website, right? But watch this. So you can go search for stuff, right? Let me freaking. I guess you have to. Never mind. Well, you have to. Well, you can search for stuff, right? So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I put in guns and ammo just to see what
Mm-hmm.
would pop up, and you can actually buy guns and ammo through the app.
Oh, they'll pull that.
Yeah. It's like they'll split it up into 4 payments. They have a agreement with Cabela's.
Cabela's used to be like, man, don't get your stuff at Cabela's. You're gonna pay too much. Now, okay. It's like,
Yeah,
I'll
but
deal with it.
I thought that was pretty cool though, because you don't see many apps that would be willing to do that.
Which I think is a mistake. I think, especially now, I mean, 2020's proven there are a lot of gun owners out there and people willing to be gun owners. You're making it difficult, really not helping you out as a business.
Yeah. Oh, well, my thing is, if the NFL did a search on guns on the app and figured out that you can buy guns through the app and ammo through the app, would they have been turned down?
Yeah, the NFL trying to have some kind of moral code is funny to me when you have as many dudes that
With
use
proven
illicit
records.
drugs. Yeah, they use illicit drugs and beat their wives, but now all of a sudden they care about social
Yeah,
issues.
you had a guy beat his wife in an elevator.
Yeah, which was amazing that we got to watch that. And it's, of course, a New Jersey thing too, because that happened here in the same county as Shanine Allen was arrested, and they were trying to give her 4 years of prison, and they gave this dude like nothing. Same
Yeah,
same prosecutor, by the way. Very same prosecutor, very same judge.
yeah. You had got that. You have a couple murderers,
Yeah, but
bunch
hey,
of
they play
drug
ball,
heads.
bro. But they play ball. They're heroes.
We care about social issues. I don't just ignore that guy over there that beat his wife in an elevator.
Well, she was asking for it. You're like, what? Well, he
I don't,
said he was sorry.
he's sorry. Can't you guys just move on?
Well, I find it funny though, like by punishing him, you made she had less money too.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not like, go ahead.
did you see the Twitterverse going crazy because of Tom Brady won the Super Bowl because he was a Trump supporter,
What, he was supposed to lose the Super Bowl because he supported President Trump?
basically, according to these leftists.
It did. Stop. People are getting crazy over this whole, if you support someone else politically, I'm like, you need to stop with this. You've allowed yourself to be sold a bill of goods as anyone who's a Republican is now a racist, and is a horrible human being. And I've even heard re-education camps being said by twits in the Twitterverse, but that could be Russian bots or anything else saying that, or just idiots on the internet. But I'm like, anyone that accepts that, you're crazy. You're crazy to entertain it. And if you hear the words actually come out of someone's mouth, you need to check them if they're friends and family of yours. Because politics sway. It's a pendulum that goes from right to left. And just because it's in your favor this time doesn't mean it's going to stay there.
Yeah.
So when it becomes socially acceptable to re-educate people, well, you need to pick your own re-education camp too, because nobody's saying you're staying on top forever.
Yeah, but it was freaking ridiculous, man.
It's childlike. It's childlike naivete or a will for ignorance. That's what it is. We, the people, have to do better. We got along a lot better 10, 15, 20 years ago. September 12th, what was it, 2001? The day after 9/11, you'd have never had people saying the things you hear now. Just would not have happened because we knew what was important because tragedy had struck.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one of these posts that were talking about how it was racist that Tom Brady won the Super Bowl during Black History Month. Dude, there was tons, and they were like unironically. It wasn't like a joke.
How's this? If we're gonna draw racist lines, and remember, I'm being totally facetious right now. Black History Month is the shortest month of the year, but somehow we have the holiday celebrating Super Bowl Sunday, an organization that the teams are owned by like 100% rich white dudes in the middle of the Black holiday month. I'm sorry, but I mean, again, being totally facetious. But I mean, if you're gonna draw lines, I got blocked by a mom's demand wackadoo because she was saying open carry is white supremacy.
Oh yeah, there was actually an article in the Washington Post that said that.
Washington Post might as well be drawn in crayon, like the New York Post. So my question was this, and of course I got blocked because somebody said, "Hey, Maj Touré, Tony Simon, and Rhonda Ezell, is this true?" And before all of us could comment, the lady blocked us all, changed her photo and everything else.
Wow. Here it is. Hold on for 1 second. Somebody actually wrote an article about it. Here it is. I mean, and this wasn't like a joke.
Why, was the other quarterback black or something?
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, I don't even know the teams that played in the Super Bowl. So
yeah.
Well, then I guess the smart move for any NFL team, since Black History Month happens the same time every year, and the Super Bowl does too, is to get yourself a black quarterback. And the white guy's got to lose.
Yeah, hold on, let me put this up here. This is kind of funny.
Goodness! Wow. Just wow.
Tom Brady winning during Black History Month is so racist.
Oh,
I feel like it's racist for Tom Brady beating Patrick. And these aren't jokes. Tom Brady surpassing Michael Jordan in number of championships during Black History Month. That's got to be racist. There's something racist about Tom Brady, a white man, winning the Super Bowl every year during Black History Month. Tom Brady beating a black quarterback during Black History Month just feels racist.
Oh my God. Part of me is, and
these people aren't, it's like, okay, when I started reading them last night, I'm like, these are jokes. Then I'm like, wait a minute, they're not jokes.
Here's oh my God, that's amazing. And this is me trying to find the silver lining in any cloud. They don't know what racism is because they haven't had to live with it. If your bar for racism is low as a white quarterback won the Super Bowl, and that's your idea of racism, you've lived a blessed life. And you're also the slow kid.
Now, Mr. Nyes put it exactly the way I read it last night.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, dude. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's why I don't read comments when I'm in bed. Keep me awake all night worrying about the future of America. That's one of the reasons I do what I do, man. Look, as advocates, we put in the work, but it's up to other people to do the work too. I know at the end of this, when I finally have my chest grabber and have to pay for all the bacon I've eaten in my life, and I'm about to waddle off into that bright light, I know I did what I could. I did everything I could to make America the country I believe in. I put in the work to try to ensure the freedom for the next generation. I really did. And if they don't pick the ball up and run with it, that's on them. I just hope if somebody's running with the ball, it's a black person doing Black History Month. Dude.
Here you go. What end with this tweet? Go ahead and read it for us, Tony.
What's his name? Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, half black, right? And Tom Brady doing this to him on Black History Month. This got to be racist some way. It has to be, man. Wow. Wow.
I fear for our future.
2021 racism.
It's like, what's he supposed to do? Oh.
Wait a minute. Is that quarterback black? Look, I can't do this, fellas. I'm sorry, man. We were gonna go to Disneyland, and then they pulled out the secret weapon of black people on the other team. I can't do this. Look, I'm sorry I let you guys down. I'm just gonna go take my uniform off and wait in the locker room. However this game ends, it ends. Get out of here.
It's a effing game. You're supposed to play to win.
You don't become the elite athlete that you are and not play to win. That's just not even in your mentality. You're not throwing a game as Tom Brady. What they're going to give you a hotter supermodel wife? He's the one with the supermodel wife, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I don't know much about sports, but I've heard of him. Yeah, man, look, I don't think America is as bad as we think it is. It's just idiots are highlighted more.
Yeah.
Believe me, people were just as dumb 100 years ago. You just didn't hear from them. Usually they kept them in a barn somewhere or just kept them in a field behind a plow. Now the idiots that do the low maintenance jobs, they have access to the Twitterverse. So you hear from them. And they don't have to expand on the things they say because they're limited to the number of characters they can use. It takes a lot of work to put out a good tweet, like one with actual information in it. But to say the dumb stuff I just read now, nah, it doesn't take much at all.
Yeah. All right, man. We've been on for over an hour.
Yeah, I know, man. I love being on the show because you let me be the idiot that I is.
Yeah. Yeah, so thank you so much. Follow me at Crumpy.com. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/John Crump. With that said, I'm going to give it over to Tony for the final word.
All right. If you enjoyed listening to this show, you can hear more of me on the Second is for Everyone podcast.
Great podcast.
What was that?
The great podcast, even though I've never been invited on.
Yeah, no. Well, it's Black History Month. You can't come on this one. I really want you on bad, dude, but what can a brother do?
You don't want to be a multicultural Nazi or whatever it was.
Multicultural white supremacy is really difficult for a brother. Wait.
I have a black friend that was basically called that and by a white guy.
Yeah. Oh, I've only been called this stuff by white people, by the way. First time I got called a Nazi was by a white guy. I was really proud. I'm like, hey, America's come a long way.
It's probably the same guys that, the Pew Pew Jew.
Yeah.
If
Yehuda.
somebody was like, "You're not really Jewish."
Yehuda and I spent like 4 hours together a couple of years ago at a friend of his house in Jersey. We laughed the entire time. It's just ridiculous being a 2A advocate, being attacked as racist.
Well, look
You
at
know, me.
Ben Shapiro. He was doing a
Oh,
speech,
yeah.
and
Oh,
they were
yeah.
calling him a Nazi. He's like, "I wear a yarmulke." He's like, "I'm
I'm
an
a gay Jewish
Orthodox."
dude. Isn't he gay? Is he gay?
Ben Shapiro, no.
No? Okay. Sorry. I must have confused with somebody else. But yeah, Orthodox Jew. I mean, it was still ridiculous. Anyway, diversityshoot.com is where you can check out some of the stuff I do. New dates will be going up shortly. Again, I have 2A4E podcast that I'm on. I'm also on the Firearms Radio Network on the Gun and Gear Review podcast. I'm on the Self Defense Radio show, Self Defense Radio Network with Self Defense gun stories every 6 weeks. We have firearms instructors on. Actually, I'm going to be recording an episode of that tomorrow. If you want to help me out, if you want to keep me on the air, you can become a Patreon. Visit patreon.com, 2A4E podcast. You can donate there. I have cool prizes that we give away. And you can also donate to our GoFundMe. Again, the second is for everyone. All of the links to how you can help us out is on diversityshoot.com. If you want a shirt, 2A4E, this actually supports us.
Or the
And we
Welcome
have
to the Planet Lovetron shirt.
the Welcome to Planet Lovetron shirts is on there. I'm thinking I'm going to close that down because a lot of people haven't been buying it. I don't know why. It's me in a bubble bath. Who doesn't want to see that? Anyway, yeah, neither does my wife. She couldn't believe people bought the shirts. But it does help out. It's shirts, it's mugs, it's stuff like that. The funds go between myself and my friend Aaron Paulette with Pink Pistols and Operation Blazing Sword, which helps LGBTQ people get introduced into firearms. All right, guys. I really appreciate being on the show. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. Please donate, not only to me, but to John and to GOA.
Donate not to GOA. Well, you can donate to GOA, guys. But if you go to crumpy.com, GFM, it goes to the family of my niece, Bella, who I hate to end this on a somber mood, but right now she's fighting for her life in the hospital. It's not looking good. That's why I'm probably taking off. But the family's gonna need a lot of help in the coming weeks and months. And I just want everyone to, if you can't donate, if you can't go to crumpy.com/GFM and donate to your family because they still have a lot of medical bills and everything. If you can't, I understand. But if you could, if you're religious, or say a little prayer. If you're not religious, just keep her in your thoughts. She's been on the podcast a lot. And unfortunately, she's never. I'm not gonna have a chance to have her back on the podcast. And this is the reason why I've been going back into New York. So if you could help in any way, it's oh my god, thank you, Joe Drag. All right, I'm gonna cry here, but GFM, go crumpy.com, GFM. Yeah, yeah, she's fighting for her life, and that's why we'll probably not be doing a show for the rest of the week. And that's why I didn't do a show last week. I just wanted to let everyone know what is going on and just to say a little prayer. Bella has been very, very special to the podcast. Some of my favorite podcasts are the ones where she's been on the podcast, and we were missing her, and she was supposed to be on one last time, and she just got too sick before she had a chance to come back on. But she's last time I saw her a few days ago. She's in the hospital right now. She's in a coma and everything. She was like some brain bleed, so we're not sure yet. But like a couple of days ago, I saw her and I looked at her, and she can't talk or anything anymore. But I said, all right, well, we're going home now. Your favorite uncle's going home, and all of a sudden she's sitting there. All of a sudden, this little tongue comes out, and then she smiled, and that was the last memory I really have of her, and that's gonna be it. So if you could, crumpy.com, GFM, super chats, all super chats, and everything on Black Swan Tactical, all the stuff, the shirts, all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go there. 100% of the proceeds, my Patreon goes there. 100% of everything I do go here. I had another source of revenue. I consult on computer stuff and security, on national security issues and stuff like that. Yay. Big surprise. I consult on national security intelligence stuff for computer warfare. So I mean, that's where my money comes from. But everything I do through all this, it all goes to her family and stuff because it's very expensive. I didn't want to enter in the show on a somber mood like that, but I just
It's
wanted
about
to,
love, bro. It's
yeah,
not
it's about
somber.
love,
It's
yeah.
about love.
Yeah. All right, guys. I will maybe see you at next end of probably next week or maybe sometime this week. All right, I'll see you later. Check out my other channel, John Crump News. This is John Crump Live, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.